Saya. Saya. Hey, you come here, boy. Yeah.
Russell, you've overseen 2 days of intense screening sessions with a select group of under 15 players from throughout the country. How things have gone?
I have been very satisfied. I think when we started the screening, we set out some goals and we were able to achieve these goals. I must say straight away, congrats and thank you to all the zonal coaches. We've had a wonderful weekend with a lot of cooperation and we were able to come out with some fantastic young players to start our national under 15 youth team and youth program.
Can you expand for us in terms of what you and your coaches were looking for from these players?
Firstly, we wanted to have the opportunity to see what these players are capable of. And principally, we were able to do that. We saw a lot of exciting young players, a lot of technically gifted young players, a lot of physically strong young players. And it says to us that with the right balance, we can build a very strong team.
In terms of what happened here now, what is the next step? You're going to narrow down your selection. You've taken the best of the lot.
Fortunately for us, with the 6 zones that we had on this weekend, we've had over 170 to 180 young players on trials. We were able to start a player pool of approximately 50 players. Again, we know that is too much to train with, but we wanted the opportunity to continue to see these young players. So we've decided to pick out these 50 young players. We definitely have to break it down again when it comes to in terms of preparation and preparing for tournaments, which you would. But right now, our main focus that was achieved was getting a player pool of 50 players. And I must say I'm impressed with some of the young players. I'm excited to start working with them because we've got some wonderful talent.
So can we expect similar to what you have with the under 17 program going on, maybe under 15 team in training over a period of time, maybe?
Yes, the main idea is we don't want to wait until a tournament is starting to start preparation. So what we're doing is we start in weekly training sessions with these kids, and closer we get to competition, we would intensify the training a lot more. So the answer to that question is yes. What we do with the under 17 team is we train weekly, and what we're planning to do with the under 15 team is the same thing: weekly training sessions in preparation for upcoming events.
Russell, always a pleasure. Thanks for the update. Good. We're here with Kendall Crawford, who's overseeing the under-15s of the Southern Regional Association. You had an opportunity to be here with your players over the last couple of days. What do you thought about this exercise?
Well, this exercise was long overdue. The concept of the process, we were supposed to be doing things like these years ago, where we identify the talent and have these type of tournaments running. So we'll be better able to, for the national coaches or the coaches who are in charge of the youth teams, to have a better grasp of the talent that we have in the different regions.
We're here with Nicholas Griffith, who is overseeing the under-15s of the Central Regional Association. You've been here over the last couple of days. Your players took part in the Inter-Regional Association Tryouts. What do you thought about an exercise like this?
I think it was a really good exercise where the youths were able to assess themselves against the other zones. We were able to see where we stand as Central Football Association, who is not so famous as compared to probably the East Zone and North Zone. So we were able to understand where we at and where we need to go in terms of development in Central itself.
What were some of the challenges you thought occurred during the 2 days, or things that you think that could be improved on?
I personally think that Central needs a bit more attention. I noticed that at sometimes the other zones as North and East, they were more looked at than in Central. And I think that we have a lot of talent, and the coaches, they should come and pay a little more time within Central Zone here.
You had an opportunity to oversee the under-15 development program or the screening session inter-regional over the last couple of days here. What do you thought about this kind of exercise?
I think this is the best thing ever happened to Trinidad football. It's years now I'm looking for this kind of progress, not waiting on 2 months before a tournament to prepare a team, and I was really impressed with this. Now I never coach youth football, but when I hear what is the alternative of this, what it's all about, I get involved immediately because I like the ideas.
We're here with Filbert Charles. Filbert, obviously you're overseeing the Eastern Counties on the 15 team that is here at the interregional tryouts. Give us a perspective as to how you've found that things have gone over the last couple of days.
It was very encouraging. Most of the youth men from Trinidad and Tobago, you could see, who played the game today was here. Right, but the TFF need to do this a little more. You can't have 1 day or 2 days to pick a national team. Some players doesn't really get off on those 2 days, and they need a little more time. So I feel they could think over their programs and maybe move from different region and host a tournament instead of giving a player 1 or 2 days trials. It's unfair to him. But other than that, it was very encouraging, and it could go further than that.
All right, so we're with Earl Gray, one of the coaches from Tobago. He's here with the under-15 group at the trials here. Earl, what do you thought about the last couple of days?
First thing I must say, thanks to TTFA, tremendously thankful, thanks, because for a long while, Tobago and get this kind of feeding like people give you the sauce and they generate the structure and what we want now. But for a long time this has happened, so I must say thanks again, and I want to continue put effort to Tobago and make sure Tobago always #1 when I have this kind of program, this screening session. Please, begging you, because it's a different pull and talk in Tobago. It's very, very hard. Like this kind of screening session be hard to combine with Trinidad. So I want thanks again. But the 2 days was a success.
What do you think this meant to the players of Tobago?
Well, we meant the players of Tobago that those 4 players will get select, will show other players more development and will get serious about football in Tobago.